Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, we are off for more Final Fantasy VI. In the last episode, we made it into the Phantom Train after finding a station in the middle of the Phantom Forest, where we boarded and apparently ghosts gave chase to us and they won't leave us alone. And I got knocked out a couple of times, but I didn't get a game over. But that was due to some bombs that decided to appear during, well, in between each cutscene when we were going away from those bloody ghosts. And I don't think I have to mention that I also showed off the ghost temporary party member. And in this episode we're going to get out of this bloody train because we made the mistake of boarding it in the first place. So it's pretty much even more linear than it was now, and we've got some dopey cutscenes to start off the day. Food, bring me everything you got. Yeah, we've got a ghost butler, and they actually have food that's not gone off. Crazy. And I think this counts as a full heal. Are you okay? Sure, are you going to be okay if you eat this? Haha, worried. Can't wage war on an empty stomach. He's just like, sir, I won't hear any more of this kind of talk. Nom, 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 nom. HP and MP restored, and status elements like poison are cured. Yep, you get a full heal just by eating dinner, and the weird thing is, a ghost is the thing that served this up, so it must be a good ghost, like one of those temporary party members that we talked about in the last episode. Strange, really. Well, I've stuffed down all I can, let's go. So if you need to get healed, you go over here, but those ghosts will not move. We've got to find another way around them. So you want to come in here to heal, of course, and now we want to make our way around. Which is pretty simple, actually. But we're not on a random battle, of course. God damn it. Always happens right before I'm about going to a door. Literally one space away, or I'm right on the door after those turn. But if we go past them, we get earrings, which, well, we don't actually have a magical... Well, any party member that uses magic, not even the temporary ghost party members have magic, even though they can use them against us. They won't use it when we have them, except for the possess command. Which one kills any enemy. As I already talked about in the last episode, I should stop mentioning that. Even though the last episode was a little bit bland in terms of commentary, because there wasn't a lot to talk about, because we were just going through a linear-ish area, there's a lot more to talk about in this second half, because it's a lot more eventful. I'm in the doorway! Look at me, I'm in the doorway! I just press up, and the transition happens. Seriously, why is it every time? Anyway, cutscene with this chest. Stop where you are. I am Siegfried, the world's greatest swordsman. That treasure chest is mine. Notice that's a Z and not an S. This dude's a fake. You'll find that out later. If I were you, Ox, I'd grab Grandpa here and run. You look more like a manicurist. Now scram! Haha, the Ox bellows. Allow me to introduce my blade. Ha-ha! And guess what? This optional mini-boss, in quotations, is kind of a joke, even though it plays the boss music. Go! Guys! Ha! 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 Give up? I don't get it either, but he hits you with can't remember how many hits, but he just wallops your whole team with a barrage of attacks before you can actually attack first. And... Ha! 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 Give up? Nope, because if I just whack you even once, you're pretty much dead. That did not happen. Okay then. Just unleash a couple of powerful attacks and he's dead in about 1 to 2 hits. And there you go! That was it! You get 1 green cherry, and 1 gold piece or gil. Whatever version you're playing. That's it. Therefore, he's absolute shit. What a bag of wind. Impossible. I'm the greatest, but I'll still laugh last. Hoi! Bye! The treasure is mine. Ta-ta, cretins! And you'll never know what he stole. Seriously, you never know. It's a mystery. And you can never come back to the train if you skip that room. If once you've completed the Phantom Train, you can never come back to it. So even if you leave that chest and to see if you can come back for it later, you can't. So that's a mystery. Even I can't find that out with any research I might do. This is an empty room. I have no clue why it's here. Maybe there's something under the... Actually, yes. I think there's something under the table now, I recall. No? Maybe in the seats? Or is this just an empty room designed to... Yeah, it's designed to trick you. I swear there was something under the table before. Oh lord, 2 bombs and 2 hazers. This is different. Okay, I got a really pummel here, and I want to... Sword Tech. Just like Sword Tech, I forgot to mention, it's pretty much the same as Blitz. It targets any enemy it wants to. So you have no control over it. And I know I'm not using any shurikens like I should do with Shadow, but these are basic enemies that don't give me a lot of experience, so it's not really worth it. And he absorbed a lot of my health there, that was pretty bad. Yeah, whack him! I'm surprised they haven't done any fire damage to me yet. Well, I've taken out the threats at least. Boom! And... 46 experience, that's actually not too bad. But then again, there was 4 enemies, so maybe it was shit. I can't believe I got a tonic and a potion out of that. Continue on into the next one. You can actually skip this car if you want to, and I think I might, depending on what's in here. There's actually a room I want to check out. I swear there was something under that table in the previous room. Maybe it's in this room? No? I'm not... I distinctively remember an item being underneath. Want to stop the train, use the controls in the engineer's compartment, in case if you didn't talk to the dude that I talked in the last episode that I didn't actually know about. He just gives you a quick reminder. Ah! Treasure trove here, a monster in a box that contains a spectre. It's just one of these things. Pretty cool looking, actually. And he does that, which does a lot of damage, but if you can beat these monsters, though... Well, anytime that it's a monster in a box, it is pretty much going to be a powerful enemy. But because we can do so much damage, because we've got 2 powerful attackers, we should be able to do pretty good damage to this dude if we can just keep ourselves alive. I'm actually going to use a potion on Cyan right here, by using Shadow's turn. And then Cyan can use another sword tech if it doesn't knock him out. No, it didn't. Don't kill me! Good, he attacked Sabin instead, so next time it's Shadow's turn, I'll use a potion on Sabin. Shadow's pretty much the designated healer here, that's why I like to have him as extra buffer. And just in case if you didn't know already, because I forgot to mention in the previous episode as well, I'm doing that a lot. Maybe I wasn't on my game on the last episode, I have no clue, but I don't think Shadow leaves... Oh, great. I don't think Shadow leaves the party when you're on the Phantom Train, because there's no way I'm getting off the train until you beat it, so that could be a thing. I'm not too sure though, because I've never seen it happen in the Phantom Train, so don't quote me on that, I'm just saying. It's never happened to me, so I kind of assume that. There we go, we won, everyone gets experience because they're all alive, we get a Hyper Wrist for that, which we'll check out in a second. Received a Phoenix Down, which I just used up, so that's pretty good. A Sniper Sight, which we'll get into in a second as well, and another Phoenix Down, which we're actually gonna use soon. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Which I did actually explain in the last episode. Thank God, because I'm obviously explaining a lot of stuff in this episode when I should have done last time. Hyper Wrist increases Vigor, which is one of those stats that I'm not too sure does anything, but I believe that Vigor has an influence on how much HP you gain on your next level up. So if you want people to get a little bit more HP upon the next level up, give them a Hyper Wrist. And we also got a Sniper Sight, which ensures 100% fight hit rate. So when you use fight, it pretty much hits 100% of the time. I would give that to Shadow, but like I said, he's not completely permanent at this point, so it's kind of a waste to give it to him. And I don't know if he keeps it when he joins back at certain points in the story, so I'm not too sure. But with Cyan and Sabin, I don't use that anyway, because I normally use a Blitz and Dispatch most of the time, so that's kind of my reason, so I'm not going to bother with that. But I do need a heal, so let me do that quickly. Ooh, I'm actually running low on potions, that's not good. I'll use a couple of tinctures then. Or tonics, not tinctures. That's for magic. Okay, I think that'll... You know what, one more, there we go. We'll probably get some more tonics down the road. We don't spend enough time in the menus anymore. Because I know what I'm doing. Haha! A lot more energy. As soon as I'm about to talk... Oh my god, another bomb and a hazer. Jesus Christ. They like to appear a lot more. Bombs do not appear this often for me, and I did that wrong. So let me back up and do that again. Okay, fight. Sword attack number 1. Don't hurt me. Pummel. Punch him in the face. Boo 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 boosh. Oh yeah, and another thing about Sniper's Sight that I just thought of, I think it means by 100% fight rate is in like, maybe sometimes some enemies can dodge or block, so sometimes you do get a miss. But I think it's more helpful when you have blind status, because then you will hit it. Of course, if you're playing the Super Nintendo, PlayStation Network, or Wii Virtual Console versions, you don't need to worry about that because of a recursive error in the game, blind doesn't do a thing. I've already talked about that before, but that was relevant to the item that we got just in the room behind us a second ago, so I thought I'd mention it during this battle. I always have to think of stuff to say in those situations when I want to show off a fight or something, but I have nothing to actually say. Ugh, joys being a Let's Player. Anyway, I want to make a stop in this little cabin here, because... checkpoint! We can save. But I don't need to do that, because I know what I'm doing! Because if you remember, dead or possessed things can be killed with healing items like a Phoenix Down. So if we go in here, because we made it to the top of the train! This is the engineer's room, gotta stop this thing. Now, I can't remember the sequence, but I believe it's 2, 3, 1? Can't remember the sequence. Something's written here! Wait, what? To stop the train, shut the first and third pressure valves and operate the switch outside near the smoke track. Okay, whoops. So it's not the second one. You want to activate the first and the third. So if you can't remember, check the lower corner. Luckily I checked that because I forgot that was there. So we walk all the way to the top here, walk up here, press the switch and the train will stop. Hopefully I've done it right. I think I have. So, you've been slowing my progress. Looks like the train's possessed. No wonder they call it the Phantom Train. Guess what? It's a boss battle! You gotta beat the train, and guess what? You're also running for your life while doing it, and it's also a back attack. Now, before I do anything else, once Saban gets an attack, I want to show off Surplex, because it's actually pretty funny against this thing. Triangle, square, down and up. I actually wrote it down because it's a little complicated, and you do pretty much like a seismic toss, but it's funny with the train because this happens. Boom! You turn it upside down and nothing happens except for a bit of damage. But the real finale is use a Phoenix Down on him. We got one from a chest, well, we might as well use one. And Shadow's just standing there. And guess what? Just doing that equals... explosions! If you're a living being and you're knocked out and you use the Phoenix Down, you're alive. If you use it on a dead person, you're actually going to kill it. And I don't know how that works, but you get a tent for it and nothing else. I will let you go, but first there's something I must do. Torture a living soul that's part of your party. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Skidding to a stop! Hit the brakes! And guess what? We actually stay inside the main cabin of the save point that was here. Which is actually pretty nice. I mean, I think that's a nice touch, actually, because it was technically your last rest stop before you beat the bloody thing. Only that the save point's not here during the cutscene. Where are we? That was a very fake gulp, I apologise. Boop! And we're slightly off centre, but that's kind of a thing. Ooh boy, finally got off. We shouldn't be here. Let's go now! Notice the two reds. No! Aline! Owain! Ooh. Cyan, is that your wife and child? Departing! No, get out of my way! Please, wait! Aline! Owain! No! My love, you made me so happy. Don't forget about me. Dad, I'll make sure Mum's alright. Cyan got to see his folks and say goodbye for the final time. The Phantom Train gave him a second chance, but at the same time, tortured his soul. And if you still have Shadow on your team, you can actually talk to him here. Leave him alone. Just wait for a bit, screen fades to black, then you're back to the world map, and you've escaped the Phantom Forest. If you go back upwards, what you have to do is just run through again to get to the other side. That's pretty much it. You can't go back to the train ever again. And it hasn't even taken us that far across, to be perfectly honest. The entrance is literally right above the screen. If I could move forward probably about 5 steps, you would see the other side of the forest. So, yeah. And because I want to push on just a little bit further, I want to get one more little area out of the way. It's not even that big of an area, it's just more of a mob fight. And I didn't get any random encounters during that little trip. So I'm pretty chuffed about that. But there's also another bit of a problem. If you want to, and I would recommend, any equipment that you want, that you like, any equipment that you want to have with you right now, take off of Shadow. He's going to be leaving the party regardless if you're in a battle or not here. Just saying. But because I haven't equipped him with anything other than the star pendant that we got from that chest where we became a cat, that's pretty much the only thing that I have on him, and I'm not going to bother taking it off. This must be the Baren Falls. To the south is the Veld. There are dangerous creatures there. And the Empire's right on our tails. If we unslip through the Veld, we can reach the town of Moblers to the east. I have served my purpose. And he just walks off. Shadow! Thanks for your help. Let's join ranks again sometime. And he just walks off again. Without even us interrupting. And you can actually go do whatever you want to do now before you jump. But once you jump, you can't come back here for a little bit. So, well, there's not really any missable items really. If you want to grind, be my guest. There's not really much point, because even though you're not going to be able to get experience until once you jump for a little bit, this is pretty much where you might want to grind, just saying. Jump, why not? Are you crazy? Well, we're saving, so why the hell not? Bonsai! And we've got a mob fight. What do I mean by a mob fight? I mean, we've just got to take out a bunch of piranhas while we're falling. But I like the background, it's kind of awesome. Even though it's simple, it's good. It's like you're actually falling down like the side of the falls, it's just like your backdrop. But I don't know how we're standing in the air. I get that the piranhas are probably just flapping in the air or something while falling down the bloody waterfall, but I don't know. Just take them out as quickly as possible, use dispatch and pummel, and you should be able to one-shot them each time. Still haven't got the attack all enemies blitz yet. It's literally the next blitz I need. So once we see new blitz appear on the top of the screen when we level up, that's the blitz I want. I'm just not getting the bloody thing because I'm not getting the experience I need. I mean, like, the bloody everything that gives you experience in the Phantom Train doesn't really give you much experience to begin with, so what am I to do? Anyway, once we've killed enough of these things, they'll keep respawning after a bit, but you do get experience with them, I believe so anyway. I'm not too sure, I can't really remember, that seems to be a thing. I normally remember the later half of the game, to be perfectly honest. even though this is like the half the game I have played the most. It's kind of bizarre. I guess the later part of the game sticks with you because it's a lot more character development heavy. It's more memorable. So that could be a thing as well. Come on, die already. I'm fed up of punching you in the face. Where's the main dude? Maybe we should just do an aura bolt to just mix it up a little. They're not even doing a lot of damage to us, to be perfectly honest. So send out the big guns. There he is. He's just called a Rizzo Pass. I don't understand what that is. It's just a palette swap of the old one. Piranha. Megavolt. That didn't do as much damage as I thought. In fact, his physical damage is more... Well, it's not as destructive. It's like half as destructive, but still. Just whack him a few more times with Dispatch and Pummel. Maybe win Aura Bolt or Surplex if you want to, but... Meh. Whatever's your poison, I guess. And he's done. He's actually a boss. And I'm not going to be able to get a heal win, so whatever. You just got owned, FTW, got a remedy. And we didn't get any experience. I remembered incorrectly, and that winds me up to hell. Because we could have got so much experience from that battle. But at this stage in the game, all boss battles hardly ever give you any experience. It's that much of a bitch. And most required battles during cutscenes don't give you any bloody experience either. And, where have we seen this cutscene before? Sabin drifting down on a lake. That's 2 lakes he's done that now in his little adventure to get back to Nash. It's crazy. He's all washed up. Oh, who's this? Hello. Oh. Whoa. He okay. Draped in monster hides, eyes shining with intelligence, a youth surviving against all odds. Welcome a new permanent party member that's a little hard to control. The Tarzan boy-ish person, Gal. Not his name really, it's the noise he likes to make. With a backstory that's hidden. He's got 2 special skills which I'll get into later, but we gotta recruit him first somehow. And you are. Ah! And we can move. We don't even know who he... Well, we know who he is, but Sabin doesn't. We know, you know, but do the characters in the game know? No! And welcome to the Veld, a place where pretty much all the monsters in the entire game that you've met up to so far appear. If you come back to the Veld at later points in the game, and you've seen more monsters between that time and the time you come back, they will be here too. But if you think you could get good experience by grinding on enemies like that, you thought wrong. The Veld doesn't give you any experience whatsoever, despite how much fighting you do. It's only used to get some special skills for Gal, which we'll get into later, like I already said. For now, you just want to beast on through and make it to the next town. And while I'm here, I might as well show what a fight in the Veld looks like, because, I mean, look at this, we're getting Vector Pups and Commanders from when we were going through bloody Nash with Locke. Remember that bloody thing where we had to do solid Locke all the way through and rescue Celeste? Those are these enemies that are appearing at the moment. And it changes every time you come into the Veld. Different loadouts appear. It's not like it's like random sets, but it's also like random in terms of the sets as well. Every time you enter the Veld or you exit the Veld through a place in the map or something, or if you leave the actual Veld area of the world map and come back, the sets change. And when you beat enemies and Gal's not part of your squadron or your team, because if he's part of your squadron, then obviously he can't be in your team because he's in reserve. But if you kill all enemies and he's in the Veld, he will appear. Hello! Now, the problem is he's not actually going to join us. Oh, I'm hungry. Yeah, we could sit here for eternity. He's not going to join us. We need to give him food. But the problem is we don't have any food-like items. Remember, tonics and potions do not count. They are healing items, they're not actual food. I'm not too sure if... I've never tried this before, but would a green cherry work? Oh, I'm hungry. If you attack him, it'll automatically end the battle. But he won't die, don't worry about that. Would that count? No, that doesn't count, so you know what, we're just gonna have to... I can't even run, wow. I'm just gonna have to whack him. Sorry, gal. Don't like whacking you. And that's why I had to show this battle off. Once you hit him by accident or on purpose because you can't do anything, he'll go, "Oh, you strangers, go away! You scare animals!" And then he just hops off. And the battle instantly ends without even the bloody fade out, which is actually a godsend. Saves me from doing a cut. Now, where's that bloody town? I need to get to the town. Town? I forget where it is. Oh yeah, it's over to the right here. So that little bit up there, right up the corner. But hey, we made it to the next town. And the problem is I don't think there's actually a save point in here, so entering here was actually kind of a waste of time, and we'll cover this in the next episode. Possibly just covering Gao, really. So, in the next episode, we are going to explore the town of Mobliz, and, well, try and see if we can do anything with Gao, and possibly find a way back to Nash, because now we are on the complete wrong side of the map. We're just going further away from our target. Or are we? Find out next time. See you guys then.